The recent teacher strikes erupting across several states is not just a movement to demand higher wages and bigger paychecks, but also to promote a leftist agenda, it seems. One America's John HINES explains.
Taxpayer advocates have traveled to Washington to sound a warning for conservatives that the recent Oklahoma teachers strike is part of a national movement by the National Education Association to energize the Democratic Party and progressive causes generally.
Really, this is a clarion call for other red states to be ready, because the Resist Trump movement is making its march across our whole country.
Marching across the country and using the education labor movement to do it in red states like Oklahoma, Kentucky, Arizona, and West Virginia, says Brooke McGowan, who represents the group Oklahoma Taxpayers Unite.
So you probably remember in March and late February that in West Virginia there was a major strike and a major walkout from the teachers in West Virginia, and then in Kentucky, and then Oklahoma, and now in Arizona. What we believe is the OEA, which is the Oklahoma Education Association, an affiliation with the NEA, is really promulgating this unrest across our state at least, and we know it's happening across red states in the rest of the country.
And the progressive issues being promoted don't just concern education, says McGowan.
They're activating the base for not just teacher pay raise, but also through gun control. As you just saw in March, they had the March for Our Lives rally, which was a huge hit, and the NEA talks about how they supported that, not just supported that, but helped organize it. So there's a lot of money that went into that. So gun control, children control, the state education, generalized education, the DACA, all of that is definitely a push for November, and people better be aware.
Be aware, organize, and push back, as McGowan and her group Oklahoma Taxpayers Unite are doing by organizing a referendum to repeal the tax used to fund the teacher pay hikes in the Sooner State.
Well, what we're doing is we're responding to that major tax hike. So what we're asking in Oklahoma. So we're asking that the people get behind us and help us with a veto referendum petition, because in our state, the people have more power than actually the legislature or the governor. They just have to get organized, and that's where we come in.
If the group gets a little more than 42,000 signatures, it would cause the veto referendum to be put on the ballot in November, which could help keep Oklahoma red this fall. John HINES, One America News, Washington.
We can use your help. Call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call today.